The Nature Trust of British Columbia is a non-profit, non-advocacy land conservation organized focused solely on conserving habitat for wildlife right here in British Columbia. They acquire ecologically significant private lands through purchase, donation, covenant, and lease, and they then care for this land in order to protect the natural diversity of wildlife and plants and their critical habitats. The Nature Trust of British Columbia's Squamish property is 5.3 hectares in size. It provides a buffer zone between the urban area of Squamish and the adjacent provincial wildlife management area. As part of our second-year project in the Fish, Wildlife and Recreation program at the British Columbia Institute of Technology, we are undertaking a baseline inventory focusing on three main aspects: vegetation, birds, and small mammals. For vegetation, we sampled 18 plots across the property. The predominant vegetation we found includes salmonberry, Sitka spruce, sword fern, false lily of the valley, and red alder. Because the property is so close to an urban area, non-native plant species have been introduced in some places. We conducted monthly bird surveys to gather an inventory of species using the property. During these surveys, we have observed many bird species including varied thrush, great blue heron, downy woodpecker, Pacific wren, and hummingbirds. We conducted small mammal surveys every 3 weeks through the course of our project. We used two types of traps, smaller traps to target mice and voles, and larger traps to target squirrels. The North American deer mouse was the most abundant species found. We also found black rats, Douglas's squirrel, eastern gray squirrel, and shrews. All species captured were ear-tagged, weighed, sexed, and released. The information gathered from vegetation, bird, and small mammal surveys will provide baseline data for the Nature Trust. Comparisons can be made with surveys conducted in the future, providing information on how species populations may be changing. Projects like these are important to help guide management decisions and to preserve our natural areas for future generations.